Hello and welcome to a special holiday edition of the Dragonstorm Studios videos. Today I'm going to talk briefly to you about what my development has been in the past couple of years with portraiture. I think it's important to realize that I am not someone who has always been good at this. And my goodness, let me tell you about how all the philosophies I've been talking to you about over the past couple of months when it comes to art not looking good till it's finished, and more importantly, sometimes you have to get worse before you get better, really applies to my own experience in art as well. So I'm going to show you some of the pictures that I've done over the years. And this video actually stems from very recently me cleaning out a closet in my house and finding some of my old portfolios from high school. And my gosh, there was some cringeworthy stuff there. But I think that it's worth showing that material because it really does prove that art is something which requires patience, time, and improvement. So I'm going to be kind of drawing away while I'm talking, mostly because I'm more comfortable with that. And it also gives you, the viewer, a chance to watch as I'm talking about some of this artwork that I've previously done. And all of these skills you're seeing me use here are things I've talked about in previous videos as well. So please feel free to check them out. But more importantly, let's get to the artwork. So here is my first ever portrait. And I would have done this in grade 10. So I would have been probably 14 because I'm an October baby. So it's quite horrible. It's quite horrendous. But I think if I'm able to be objective for a moment, I can say to myself quite legitimately that there are some good things to be seen here. There are some pros in this work. And the most important one, I think, is that you can see that I was noticing things like folds of skin, details such as fingernails, and that there were shadows and shading areas and angles that made a picture look good. I didn't always achieve those, but I was able to at least get a sense that they were there. You can see the inkling, the beginnings of the artwork and how they would eventually get to the point where they would look good. So I'm actually not too horrified by this, although I'm a little bit horrified. So the second picture I'm showing you here is of where my direction went. I was such a big fan of the X-Men comic books as a kid. So I was all about drawing them. And so my style went more cartoony, more comic bookish. And that was fine. That was what I was interested in at the time. And I kind of put aside portraiture for a while, focusing on more simplified designs. And one of my favorite pictures actually is of Calamity Coyote from Tiny Toon Adventures here. And I just drew him as Wolverine from the X-Men. So I think that I had a pretty decent creativity. I had some great ideas. I just didn't have the skills yet to properly portray my drawings yet. I was learning. I was taking art classes at the time. I loved high school art. I took some really bold risks. I had some successes and some failures, and I had some friends who were patient and gave me some help as well. So that was a big part of my experience in art. But then a very important event happened. In 2001, the first of 3 movies came out, Lord of the Rings, and it was that movie series that really kind of got me thinking more about drawing people. And let me tell you, I drew so many pictures of Aragorn and Sean Bean as Boromir and the Hobbits and cave trolls. And there were many drawings of myself and my friends actually as if we were characters from that movie series as well and that book series. So that really got me back into drawing people. And it was the very last of those 3 movies, Return of the King, where they had an artist, one of the concept artists working on the film, draw the actors as part of the end credits. And that, I remember watching those in the cinema, in the theater, and being like, I want to be able to do that. That is my my new goal in life, is to be able to draw like that. And that started me on the current journey that I am 19 years later. And I'm still learning. I'm still picking up tricks. I'm still figuring stuff out. But practice has made perfect for sure. Well, not perfect, but practice has made improvement anyways, which I've been super, super happy with. And in 2004, I gave it another shot. I was at the time smitten with an actress named Denise Richards, who had been in several movies at the time, including a James Bond movie, I might add. And here it is. It's, again, not great, but it's improved since the first one that we showed you. And that improvement, I could see it. I could see that I'd gotten better, but I saw also that I had a lot of work still to go. So it was definitely an important step, but one which was maybe not as far step forward as I would have hoped. And I kept it though, because I figured, you know what, I'll be able to look back on this one day and maybe laugh and smile as well. So that was an important, I wouldn't say milestone, but an important step as well. But then I kept practicing, I kept getting better and better, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what has led me to where I am today. And it's that practice, it's that decision I made while watching Lord of the Rings that really made such a big difference, and it helped me get to the point where I am here today. So I challenge all of you watching to make that kind of decision. It doesn't have to be about drawing. It could be about anything, really. Anything that you want to do, give it that real big push. And it's amazing what we as human beings can achieve. I hope that it would be drawing, but if it's not, you know what? That's okay, because you are capable of amazing things. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to throw a couple more pictures of recent work that I did. Not stuff you've seen in videos this year, not 2020 work, but previous year's work, just to kind of show you a smattering of that improvement kind of shown over time. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please consider giving it a like. I would love to have the channel grow a little bit. And also, keep in mind that if you have any questions, if there's anything you want to see me draw, if there's any kind of series that you want to see me work on, leave it in the comments. I will read those. I will respond to them. I have responded to all of them. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts and feedback. So have a fantastic day. Look after yourselves. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next time.